Yeah, I'm just excited for all of them. I get to a lot of receivers, the prime DT96s. You know, a couple of them had them on. So I just get to a couple of them, like the main receivers going into this game. You know, I get to them some warm, some didn't. But I was like, okay, this is just my little appreciation gift to them. Because they don't be having a lot in stock, so I couldn't do everybody.
Nike just hijacked football. While the NFL was busy writing its own headlines, Nike tore the script to pieces and handed it to Shedeur Sanders. One swoosh, one signature, and suddenly the most powerful sports league in America looked like the sideshow instead of the main event. Forget the draft drama, forget rookie contracts. This was bigger than football. This was about power. This was about money. And most of all, this was about a rookie quarterback flipping the entire system before even taking his first NFL snap. The announcement didn't just shake fans. It rattled the billionaires who thought they were untouchable. But how did it all unfold? It started quietly, almost like a secret. Shedeur pulled up with boxes of exclusive Nike cleats, handing them out to teammates and star receivers. Prime DT96, the kind of sneakers that collectors would fight over. Some players wore them, some tucked them away, but everyone got the message. Shedeur wasn't just another rookie blending in. He was already building a brand, already hinting that something massive was coming. And then Nike made it official. The press release dropped, the commercials rolled out, and the world realized just how seismic this deal was. A rookie quarterback didn't just sign a shoe deal, he signed a global empire deal. Bigger than most NFL contracts, bigger than some franchises. Overnight, the NFL's new poster boy wasn't marketed by the league. He was marketed by Nike. Imagine the shockwaves. Owners pacing back and forth in penthouses, coaches staring at their depth charts in disbelief, veterans scrolling on their phones wondering how they spent 10 years grinding for mid-tier endorsements while this kid leapfrogged to the top on day one. Sports analysts had to rip up their show notes because their predictions about his draft, his role, and his rookie season didn't matter anymore. Shedeur's brand was the story, not his playbook. And the fans, they lost their minds. Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, every corner of the internet lit up. Memes of Shedeur sitting on a Nike throne, NFL logos photoshopped into swooshes, debates raging over whether he was a genius or a sellout. But one thing was certain. The entire sports world was talking about him, not the league. That's exactly what Nike wanted. And the timing couldn't have been more brutal for the NFL. They were rolling out preseason hype, hyping rivalries, comeback stories, and breakout rookies. Then boom! Nike's Only a Matter of Time ad dropped like a bomb. In one move, the NFL lost control of the conversation. Their carefully crafted storyline collapsed under the weight of Shedeur's new empire. Think about what this really means. For decades, the NFL was the machine, and rookies were just gears inside it. They marketed you how they wanted, when they wanted, and you smiled for the cameras because the Shield owned your story. But Shedeur flipped the balance. He became his own machine. Nike didn't buy a quarterback. They bought a personality, a phenomenon, a global brand. For the first time in history, a rookie quarterback had more leverage than the league itself, and the NFL knows it. That's why executives are panicking, because Shedeur just proved something terrifying to them. The NFL might not be the only path to power anymore. Imagine sitting in that boardroom as a billionaire owner, realizing one 20-something kid with swagger just outmaneuvered your entire system. That's not just business, that's a revolution. And the scariest part? Shedeur isn't even hiding it. He's not giving empty, "I just love the game" speeches while cashing checks in secret. No, he's up front. This was about power. This was about control. This was about showing every athlete that the NFL isn't the final destination. It's optional. And by planting his flag with Nike, he sent a message that rattled the whole sports world. The NFL doesn't own the players anymore. The players can own themselves. But trust me, the ripple effect hasn't even started yet. Because if Shedeur can do this before his first NFL game, what's stopping the next superstar from doing the same? The ripple effect hit faster than anyone expected. Social media exploded with arguments, but inside NFL locker rooms, it was even louder. Veterans who'd spent years taking bruises for mid-level sneaker deals were suddenly side-eyeing this rookie. Imagine grinding a decade, breaking bones, sacrificing your body, only to watch a kid waltz in with a Nike deal worth more than your entire career earnings. That's salt in the wound. Some veterans tried to downplay it, tweeting about earning it the hard way. But behind the scenes, they were texting their agents, desperate to chase the same kind of bag. Meanwhile, rookies in every sport started taking notes. Shedeur didn't just make history, he unlocked a cheat code. Parents saw it too. Youth football moms and dads across the country started telling their kids, forget the draft. Forget waiting on a call from the league. Build your brand. Get that deal. Suddenly, high school quarterbacks aren't just practicing their throws. They're rehearsing Instagram captions. Trainers yelling about footwork, while parents yell about follower counts. Welcome to the new era, where clout and contracts play side by side. And the NFL, they're terrified. Because Shedeur just proved you don't need their stamp of approval to be bigger than the game. The symbolism is brutal. The NFL has always been the gatekeeper. They market rookies, plaster their faces on posters, control their image, and decide how their stories are told. But Shedeur broke free. He said, I'll be my own billboard. I'll tell my own story. That's not just a shoe deal. That's independence. That's ripping the leash off and showing the world you don't need permission to shine. And here's the kicker. Shedeur hasn't even played a down in the NFL yet. He hasn't thrown a pass, hasn't taken a hit, hasn't stepped into a huddle on Sunday night. But he already has more leverage than most veterans will ever see. When's the last time you heard of a rookie quarterback entering the league as a global icon instead of just another hopeful prospect? Exactly. Never. That's why this deal is bigger than sports. It's cultural. It's a shift in power. Nike didn't just sign an athlete. They signed a movement. They saw the confidence, the swagger, the bloodline from his father, Shedeur Sanders. And they knew Shedeur wasn't just a player. He was a phenomenon. The NFL wanted a quarterback. Nike wanted a king. Guess which one won? The fallout has been hilarious to watch. Analysts choking on air trying to spin the deal. Executives scrambling in emergency meetings. Owners pacing their suites, wondering if rookies will start seeing the NFL as a side hustle instead of the dream. And fans? They can't get enough. Every press conference, every training camp headline, every rookie comparison now circles back to one thing: Shedeur's Nike empire. Forget team rivalries. The new rivalry is NFL versus Nike. And right now, Nike's up by 40 with no signs of slowing down. But here's the real twist. Shedeur didn't stumble into this. It wasn't luck. It was chess. While analysts were memorizing draft boards, he was building his brand. While scouts were questioning his mechanics, he was plotting his empire. He knew the NFL would try to control his story, so he got ahead of them. He flipped the script before they even had a chance to write it. That's genius-level career planning. That's power. And the scariest part for the league? Other players are watching. High school kids are watching. The future of football is watching. Shedeur proved you don't need the shield to shine. You can build your own. And if more athletes follow his path, the NFL's monopoly on power could crumble faster than anyone imagined. At the end of the day, this wasn't just about sneakers. This was about respect. This was about independence. This was about proving that the NFL isn't the throne. It's just a stepping stone. Shedeur Sanders didn't just sign a shoe deal. He signed a Declaration of Independence. And the message is clear. The NFL doesn't own the future. The players do. But here's where it gets even wilder. Shedeur's deal isn't just a Nike contract. It's a test run for the future of sports branding. Think about it. If one rookie can flip the NFL's power structure before playing a single down, what happens when 10 rookies do it? Or 20? The NFL's iron grip on player marketing starts to crack, and Nike knows exactly what they're doing. They've seen the NBA blueprint. LeBron, Kobe, Jordan. Those names became bigger than the league itself. Now, Nike wants the NFL version of that. A face so big, so untouchable, that every highlight, every touchdown, every viral clip feeds into the swoosh before it feeds into the shield. And Shedeur was the perfect choice. He's young, confident, polarizing, and, most importantly, he's already built for the spotlight. The league didn't even get a chance to mold him, because he molded himself first. And that's what terrifies them the most. The NFL isn't used to being second in line. They're used to owning the story, controlling the headlines. But now they're forced to chase it. Imagine Goodell and the owners watching a Nike ad premiere during Sunday Night Football. realizing millions of fans care more about Shedeur's next sneaker drop than the actual score on the field. That's not just a culture shift, that's a takeover. And Shedeur isn't slowing down. Rumors already swirl about signature apparel lines, custom cleats, and crossovers with hip-hop artists. If even half of it comes true, he won't just be an NFL quarterback, he'll be the face of a global empire. And here's the bottom line. Love him or hate him, you can't ignore him. That's the secret weapon. The more people debate, the more Nike wins. The more critics complain, the more Shedeur trends. Every eye roll, every hot take, every viral meme, fuel for the fire. And the league. They're left scrambling for control. One swoosh changed everything. One rookie quarterback flipped the game before it even started. And if the NFL thought this was just a headline, they're wrong. This is the beginning